A very good morning to you. Today we start with the first topic in the third module, which talks about strategic considerations for innovation. So, if you remember earlier on, we've also spoken about innovation done in a normal linear fashion versus non-linear innovation. So, today's talk is going to look at how innovation models are changing when they incorporate strategy. So, see, Albert Einstein said no problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. So, innovation is about thinking out of the box. Innovation is about looking at one problem from n number of different dimensions. Why is strategy important? Because any enterprise that doesn't innovate is going to age quicker, decline quicker, and the change is so rapid in the present that this decline is going to be very fast. So thereby, strategic innovation looks at business, success, choice, changes. You see all these number of words here on the screen. All these are key indicators of strategic innovation. Why innovation is a strategy? You are aware it is the single biggest driver of competitive success. A lot of firms earn over 1/3 of their revenue on sales of products which were developed within maybe say the last 5 years or last 10 years. So, a good example is the iPhone, iPad, the iPod. Thereby, globalization has increased competitive pressure. So, competitive success is only feasible if you are continuously innovating. Why innovate? Because innovations help firms protect their margins. You are offering new differentiated products with unique features. If you have a process innovation, your manufacturing becomes more efficient. If you have a service innovation, leads to higher customer satisfaction. Thereby, innovation is the only way to stay ahead of the curve and to change the world. So past performance is no indication of future results, says this man with the board in front of him. This is how important innovation is. So the traditional approach to innovation was defining the customer, what job is to be done, looking at uncovering customer needs, discovering unmet customer needs, finding segments, looking at the market opportunity, doing a competitive analysis, making an innovation strategy, then pricing, then solution, evaluating, and then executing. So traditional approaches were either customer driven, competition driven, technology driven. Stakeholder could be the investors, could be the internal employees, could be the external third party vendors. Innovation traditionally was project driven either, or resource driven, or culture driven. So as we move ahead in this presentation, you'll understand strategic innovation looks at slowly knocking down the bricks on which the traditional approach was built. In strategic innovation, there is something called serendipitous strategy. So serendipity means it's an effect where one accidentally stumbles upon something truly wonderful, especially while you're looking for something entirely unrelated. I'll give you examples in a short bit. So serendipitous strategy is part luck, part skill. There is a process, you take advantage of that process and it leads to serendipitous moments. Yeah, it does sound a little bit like you're planning for an accident, isn't it? However, that's not what it is. I implore you to look at this diagram here. When there is no time pressure, when there is a conducive physical environment, there is implicit awareness about needs and opportunities. Open mind form new connections. This leads to a serendipitous outcome. It seems a little counterintuitive, but it makes a lot of sense because you look at both strategy and insight into your plans. You cannot plan for unexpected opportunities, but you can analyze and find out how to make the best use of these unplanned opportunities. So some good examples of serendipitous innovations are Goodyear tire. They tried to find a way to vulcanize or melt rubber, but they added the wrong chemicals and found that rubber is becoming extremely strong. Velcro, which you use in your sandals, was used for something entirely different. The guy who was working in Minnesota mining and manufacturing tried to make an adhesive to stick things together for a long time. However, he made an adhesive which would stick for a short time and can be easily removed and put, which led to the birth of the post-it note. So serendipitous strategy looks at ordinary events, looks at synchronicity, and tries to create things from out of nowhere. It urges you to stop, think, observe, and proceed. So strategic innovation does not only look at the core product or the core service. It looks at mission, looks at values, looks at vision, the strategy, strategic initiatives, the objectives, and thereby the strategic outcomes are the management is satisfied, customers are delighted, there are effective processes, and the workforce is properly motivated. Because of globalization, because everyone is innovating either from a product standpoint or a process standpoint or a service standpoint, it is called for strategic innovation to be incorporated. So some strategic innovation models are a model 1 which focuses on gradual change. I've told you there's something called incremental innovation. I've told you there is something which deals with continuous change, and there is something which deals with discontinuous change, where this is called your radical or disruptive innovation. There are 7 dimensions when you look at strategic innovation. One, it talks about the industry foresight, talks about strategic alignment, core competencies, a disciplined implementation, organizational readiness, customer insight, and at the core of it all, the innovation process has to be managed. If you incorporate these 7 dimensions, it leads to new growth strategies, new products and services, new ventures, new business models, new partnerships, new business practices, and innovation as a whole becomes very, very sustainable. When you look at managed innovation, this means this is a core of the innovation process where you develop a creative methodology, develop strategic thinking, share this vision with all stakeholders. So here you are leveraging external perspectives, internal capabilities, using information technology, collaborating with external partners, and making innovation a success. So for strategic alignment, you need internal support from your employees and internal stakeholders. You need external support from the external stakeholders. You should be committed to strategic innovation. You should engage the organization with unified vision and goals, which incorporates innovation into all of its strategies and its business models. Thereby, this industry level engagement becomes extremely crucial. Now, looking at industry foresight, so what we look at is something called a top-down approach, where a lot of complex forces drive change. Strategic innovation particularly likes to focus on emerging and converging trends. You need to study competitive dynamics, look at alternate scenarios, and incorporate the latest technology. I'm not just talking in one vertical, but across verticals in the organization. So this bottom-up approach is quite interesting. It starts from the consumer, looks at their current needs, unrecognized needs, unmet or potential needs, moves up the organizational chart from the consumer to maybe say the executive of the company, the first level employee, middle level, senior level. And then you can also look at the overall business scenario where you are studying market needs which are current and potential. So internal capabilities and competencies help deliver value. At the same time, strategic innovation looks at technologies, looks at intellectual property, looks at something called brand equity, and developing strategic relationships. Everyone is a genius, but if you judge a fish on its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it's stupid. Thereby, core competencies need to be very carefully evaluated and then taken into consideration. To implement strategic innovation, the organization needs to be ready to implement new ideas, to manage and sustain those ideas. So cultural readiness very crucial. Overall process readiness is paramount. Structural readiness is yet another dimension. So you can see when you are implementing strategic innovation, you need to look at the internal processes, you need to look at the organizational capacity, customers and different stakeholders. When I say financial and stewardship, I mean how the entire organization is going to be controlled internally, externally, financially, strategically. And you see the outer rung talks about assessment, strategy, objectives, strategy map, measuring performance, initiatives, performance analysis, alignment, evaluation. So this disciplined implementation helps you bring strategic innovation into any particular organization. So when you look at implementing it, first you need to probably generate ideas, conceptualize, optimize, implement, and then capture insights. If you are implementing innovation strategically, it is a recipe for success because it creates inspiration. You innovate with clear values, thoughts, and principles. You learn from initial innovation. You encourage emergent strategies and convergent strategies, and you recognize the need for radical transformation. So strategic innovation talks about invent, reinvent, invent, reinvent. You see, at the organizational level, you have challenges, industry forces, you invent. You have an industry renewal which has to be done continuously. So you have to regenerate based on industry foresight. Disruptive strategic innovation is a completely new way of doing business. Internet, e-commerce was extremely disruptive but very strategic. Low-cost airlines, you have your SpiceJet and Indigo. Direct insurance, online brokerage trading like your Anand Rathi, for example. News distribution is completely online now. Big Basket and all the others are delivering goods right to your doorstep. When you look at disruptive strategic innovation, you take traditional brokers who sell their services on the basis of research, then you have online brokers. So innovation becomes more attractive and opens up new segments. In disruptive innovation, you start out small with low margins, then slowly you grow, capture a large share of the market. You're able to take your competitors head on, and you're establishing new attributes and models for competition. So GE, General Electric, has a 6-part growth process where it looks at customers, looks at innovation, looks at great technology, globalization, growth leaders, and a very critical thing called commercial excellence. So the GE 6-path growth model looks at innovation as a champion, innovation as a strategy, going hand in glove with great technology, with customer support, global connect, growth leaders, and not to forget the most important thing, commercial excellence. You see, SpaceX is something which is disruptive strategic innovation. In fact, all of Tesla's products have all been disruptive strategic innovations. Tesla's entire DNA is all about disruption. So Dell, redesigned direct sales altogether. IBM started independently selling hardware and software and started selling solutions. Canon developed photocopiers for offices. Eastman Kodak developed IT operations outsourcing. However, there are some risks as well in strategic innovation where you need to think before you kick off. You need to map your portfolio, develop an innovation roadmap for the future, have a funnel, and it should be a viable strategy to mitigate any risks. So risk management means you need to innovate while providing service, invest in new infrastructure. You need to try and reduce high service cost. Sometimes there are penalties. Sometimes customers aren't satisfied, and soiled reputation is the biggest risk to innovation. So what you've got to do, You need to be open to suggestions. You need to have an entrepreneurial culture. Knowledge management is so crucial. Develop the right incentives to keep people engaged. So this just keeps going on and talking about how you need to look at the gaps and prepare for facing risk in service innovation. Certain different points. I shall share the presentation shortly as well. So if you are able to take a look at all this, you achieve better results by doing what? By having cross-functional decision making, by keeping the organization aligned with the entire innovative mindset, by having the right knowledge in place, and by providing specific incentives and rewards that gives a boost to innovation. To conclude, strategic innovation is the key to sustained innovation. A strategic innovation framework looks at not just products but services also. As far as technology, yes, it is important, but the key success factors are leadership, management, and the employees. Or I take all three substituted with one word, the stakeholders. And strategic innovation is all about smart goal setting, smart, specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time bound. So, just to end, innovation has nothing to do with how many R&D dollars you spend. When Apple came up with the Mac, IBM was spending almost 100 times more on R&D. So it's not just about the money. It's about the people you have, how you're led, and how effectively you do your work. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead.